Alright guys, so we are going to talk about Red Zeta or Zeta the Red. I don't know. I just feel like calling it that way. But anyways, this unit, yeah, this unit is definitely another good Zeta variant. It looks good. Like I genuinely do like the design of the Red Zeta. The animation is actually pinnacle. Like I think like when I see this animation and I compare to things that has already been released on JP, and to this day I'm still kind of amazed by how good this animation is. But does the overall unit kits hold up on its own? So let's kind of talk about that. But I would definitely say this one may or may not be a good pickup, honestly, because of what this unit actually does. It's actually kind of like a funny one, actually. So right from the top, EX skill, we have the beam pistol EX skill level 5. So this is a unit that when you are fighting a type advantage, you actually do more on top of what it's already doing. While if you are facing type disadvantage, you actually do way less than what you are supposed to do. So that is kind of like the caveat of this unit. So you can definitely say this is a very one-dimensional unit. It is specifically made to run in an event where you have a lot of green units or whatnot. I can definitely smell this unit excel fairly well on, like Total War, for example. Just any other future content that are like green specific. This unit is going to run rampant in there. So you are doing 2 instances of 578 when the enemy is green as well. So over 1,000 or 1,100 EX skilled attack damage. That smells pretty good on paper, at least. And with the amount of red elements allies you have on the team, you can actually increase the evasion up to 216. So over 216% evasion. I wouldn't say that's better than absolute evasion by any means, but that's actually a pretty sizable number if you are just tossing in like, I don't know, like 4 rest unit, for example, you're getting over 100%. So that's actually pretty good at EX skill level 5. So that is definitely something not to sleep on, because with that evasion, you can cook a lot of units, just evade stuff and a rack of damage. I don't know if there's anything that racks up damage in here, but it's still nice to have for sure. We'll skip transcendent skill. We will come back to it in just a bit. Skill 1 does, wow, that's actually a lot of effects. When battle begins, you are getting a focus status on green mobile suit units. Wow, that's good. I mean, throughout I did use to shoot it on a testing, so you guys are going to be seeing that tomorrow. But I did not test it on an instance. Can we directly target a unit when it's green? Let's say in arena, you face off against like what other tanks are good out there? Penelope, GPO2, DO, and the other one. So let's say if the enemy is not running the O, so the other two you're left with, you have GPO2 and Penelope. I did not test whether or not this can actually override a gang, but assuming that you would target whatever the next available green unit is, that's actually pretty good. But then again, in arena specifically, right now, green, I wouldn't call it the most used elements out there. And even though green units that we have, like there's actually just far and few, like the O, for example. Maybe occasionally you run into new Gundam. I wouldn't say occasionally, I say a little bit more often now. But I would say on a rare occasion, you probably face off against the Banshee as well. So that could be good, honestly, if you do face up against that, because you're on top of that, you get up to 99% range damage increase and increased accuracy, so that's good. But blue element, you're actually decreasing your range range damage to blue enemies and decrease accuracy as well. So that's actually a problem, because the most used tanks right now is actually GPO2, and then we have a Xeon. So those 2 units alone can actually rack the Red Zeta already. So that is actually a hefty gamble. Alright, so if you ever do face up against a GPO2, like you wouldn't really be running this unit at all. Like I wouldn't, for sure. Like, yeah, Oh yeah, in the arena environment right now, running this red Zeta is not that great for sure. But general content, I feel like this is pretty darn powerful, especially when you can just directly focus a green enemy. I don't know. I feel like the next climb battle may have something to do with like, oh, being able to target the green units. I don't know. I just have a feeling that maybe that's gonna be like a special gimmicks that we need to have, like to just do more damage, and the fact that 99% range damage increase, like yeah. On EX skill, or sorry, skill level, skill 2, we have unlocking the arm twin grenade launcher, and damage cap increase up by 20,000. That's kind of like the standard stuff, but this one is pretty good. So this one is definitely made for arena because you can actually reduce EX skill damage taken. So that's actually pretty powerful. When I try this unit out, I was assuming that this is to everyone, but this is only to this unit. So that's good because most of the time EX skill damage is kind of like the lethal way to just kill anybody. But then again, like, would I use this unit in arena? That's the main question. You know, like, would I use it? Yeah, that's the problem because like it's asking you to use like at least 3 or more to be confident. You know, like this unit could be pretty invincible in arena because you are already getting the absolute evasion pretty much. Not really in a way, but you are getting that, and you have this. So in a shorter term, like this unit is pretty much invincible. You just don't take damage at all because if you have this up and you have this as well, you just can't be touched at all. So simply speaking, in a perfect world, this unit is actually a god because you have these two in combination. But in reality wise, I mean, like this unit, I can see it getting taken down fairly fast because you're not really building around it. Like there's only 2 red unit that I feel like you would like, you have a main spot in your arena team. You have the engaged income. That one is a red support that actually boosts armor units, so that one is a good one. And Penelope, so those 2 are just good to use for sure. So at bare minimum, you're getting 72% evasion on top of getting 30% EX skill damage reduction. So yeah, that's obviously good. But yeah, you're not counting this unit because would you count this unit? No, maybe you would count this unit as well because yeah, hold up. So if you're talking about counting this unit as well, then I think you may be cooking. Maybe, yeah. So now you're up to like 102 or something like that. I'm probably wrong on my math, but 45% EXQ reduction, maybe it's good. But the other problem I have with this unit is actually just the damage typing. One of them is through projectile, and then the other one is to beam. So it's for global right now. It is actually pretty hard to build around having dual damage typing. So you definitely have to pick one or the other to be the main damage dealer for this unit. That's definitely pretty unfortunate, I feel like. But yeah, you have that. And the pilots, we have Red Snake. What a name. Same deal. To red. You're doing more. So let's see. So this one, increased accuracy, that's good. Increase, wow, 77% of range sense up as well. Ooh, that's a lot. And decreased accuracy when facing blue, another 38 when you are doing to blue as well. And you're getting a stackable, so that's pretty good actually. Prototype red mobile suits, 10% accuracy, so that's good. Okay, transforming unit as well. Wow. So this pilot is giving up to 240 on top of getting another 77% depending on if you're facing green. That's pretty decent actually. That's not bad. The category are definitely, pretty specific, but with that said, I wouldn't really recommend it due to how the restriction of it is actually. This is the only good thing out of it. Actually, that really is, like, other than that, like, if you are running this one, I wouldn't think it's gonna be a good result. Definitely not. Transforming units, I want to say there's a lot. It's 4 and none actually, but it still makes it a pretty niche category to fulfill in a way. So I mean, like, it's not bad. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't go out of my way to summon for a red snake for sure. But I mean, overall, take it as well. I think Zeta could, the red Zeta could be pretty powerful depending on the content you're looking at. Definitely for arena, I don't know if it's gonna be necessarily that great. It's definitely gonna be depending on how most players are feeling about this, especially like the one that's able to just P5 and T5 this unit. They definitely have more saying to it. Throughout my testing, I did not actually try in a arena setting because normally speaking, it's really rare to just run into like a flood of like green unit. So I don't think like there's just not a good scenario for me to test it on. So that's why I didn't bother with that. But other than that, that's gonna be it for me, and I will be catching you guys up on the next one.